all of this, I think, is a plan to foment fear in the banking system so that we'll all gladly, happily accept the CBDC that's coming.
Are all these banking failures just a big plot? Will we continue to see more bank failures in the years to come? Is this being strategically planned by the government so they can then roll out CBDCs? Mark Yusko definitely thinks so. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Crypto family, welcome back to the channel. Aaron here, coming back at you with another crypto video today. Subscribe if you're new. We have new crypto videos coming out every single day, but in today's clip, we'll be checking out Mark Yusko. He's talking about when he thinks crypto summer will be here. He's talking about bank failures, what that has to do with Bitcoin, crypto, and CBDCs, his thoughts on inflation, and also his thoughts on quantitative easing potentially happening very soon. So make sure to stay tuned for all this information. In today's clip, Mark talks about a lot of great points here, so I wanted to share this with you guys. Go ahead and check it out. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and let's go ahead and play the clip.
Present that crypto summer would arrive, that we'd get the crypto equinox. I think I might be early. Maybe it's June 15th. At June 15th was the spring equinox last year. Maybe it's gonna be June 15th this year, so maybe I'm a little early. But the really interesting factoid is Bitcoin's dead flat over the last 12 months. That's pretty interesting. And it's because it fell from 60 down to 27 or whatever. And then it was kind of flattish. And then it had the 15, down to 15 during the FTX debacle. And if you look at the chart, it's like a beautiful inverse head and shoulders at 27,000.
Yeah.
And so it's a really interesting technical pattern. And, I think we need some good news to get the momentum going. There are a few that said, well, banks are less safe. I need to be my own bank.
Yeah.
And there was literally some demand for BTC. I think much of the big move this year was short covering, right? So you had the big Binance short liquidation early in February, March. You had more short covering around some kind of news around the liquidation of the Mt. Gox stuff that actually didn't happen. And so that was part of it. But then you had some real demand, right? I mean, MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor was out buying, and that was real. But I do think, and actually the topic of my presentation later today is about the banking crisis of 23. And I go back throughout history of the banking crisis from the 1800s to the 1900s. And what's interesting is if you would have said, we're going to have 3 of the largest bank failures in history this year, which was not on anyone's bingo card, by the way. If you would have said that this would be the largest year for bank failures in history. Now, part of that's inflation adjustments, but even inflation adjusted, it was bigger than 2008. Because what people forget is 2008, it was really just WAMU. And then there were a bunch of smaller banks in 9, 10, 11 that failed. So there could be another wave of failures going on. And we've seen that with PacWest and Western Alliance and things like that. But if you would have said that was going to happen, you would have thought, oh my God, Bitcoin's going to crash. Instead, it's up meaningfully. And I do think there's information content there. And look, I come back to the whole thing that all of this, I think, is a plan to foment fear in the banking system so that we'll all gladly, happily accept the CBDC that's coming. And if, real estate loans are getting called and can't get refinanced, that's deflationary, not inflationary. If banking consolidation is happening, that's deflationary, not inflationary. By the end of this year, this won't even be on anyone's radar. We won't talk about the word inflation. We'll be talking about deflation. We'll be talking about, why are prices falling so fast, particularly in real estate. it's literally just math. You know, we haven't had many periods in history, right? We had one in the 1930s that led to the debacle of the 40s. We had one in the 1860s in the UK. You'd have to go back into the probably late or mid 1700s before that. So it doesn't happen very often where the interest burden exceeds the capacity of the said, empire to pay, and what it necessitates is a complete reset, like literally a jubilee. And again, it's what the UK did in the 1860s. It's kind of what we did in the 40s, kind of. I mean, it was a little bit offset by the massive expenditures for the war. Which that's another one, a topic for another day, is linking the periodicity of wars to economic contractions. But this one's different, to your point, in that increase in interest is, and even though it's a terrible chart crime, right? Because they start at whatever,
Yep.
but horrible chart crime. But it is a big increase, and we're getting close to a level of the budget that we've never seen, not even in the 30s. And at some point, we'll run out of people to tax, and we'll run out of missiles to send into the desert to pump up GDP so we can increase corporate taxes. And so what's left? Default. Well, we ain't going to default. So, all the tweets, Joe Biden's going to default on it. No, he's not. No, we're not going to default on the debt. Now, will we devalue it? Will we deflate it away? Will we print so much money that, QE comes back and that those charts flip again? Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you found any value, make sure to hit that like button. If you didn't know, Mark Yusko actually called the Bitcoin and crypto bottom back in June of 2022. And so far, he's been right. Let's see if Mark will be right going forward with his crypto summer prediction. Crypto blasting off on June 15th. We'll see about that. But if you guys haven't checked out our Patreon, that will be in the description below for exclusive content from the Bitcoin Bros. Some great stuff over there. So check it out if you haven't already. But I'm out. My name is Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros. I'll see you guys in the next one, and have a great rest of your day.